Sources of errors in retinal nerve fiber layer thickness measurement using optical coherence tomography. OCT obtained RNFL thickness measurement allows qualitative and quantitative assessment of RNFL thinning in glaucoma. Errors in data acquisition or in software analysis would result in artifacts and erroneous RNFL thickness measurements, which could lead to an inaccurate clinical interpretation. Sources of error can be machine, operator, or patient dependent. In this printout, the RNFL thickness is borderline in the inferotemporal sector, which does not correlate with the normal optic disc in the right eye. The ANFAS image shows that the scan circle has shifted down away from the peripapillary optic nerve head. B scan shows that there is loss of data in the inferotemporal sector. This occurred as the patient moved during the acquisition of baseline optic nerve head scan. On repeating the scan with new baseline 3D optic nerve head, the error is rectified and the inferotemporal sector RNFL thickness falls within normal limits. In this printout, there is no data on RNFL thickness and optic nerve head. This happened as the data was processed without saving the baseline scan. Repeating the scan after saving the baseline scan will rectify the error and provide values for RNFL and optic nerve head analysis. Incomplete segmentation failure can occur due to misidentification of anterior or posterior border of RNFL. Segmentation failure can result in missing part of the scan, which can result in incorrect interpolation of RNFL borders. Here one can also see the spots on the printout due to OCT lens opacities. In this printout, the data is not processed despite good signal strength, which is due to image defocus. Repeating the scan by refocusing the area of interest will yield the required result. This is an example of decentration of peripapillary circle placement, which resulted in thick RNFL measurement in superior and temporal quadrant and borderline RNFL thickness in the inferior quadrant in a healthy disc. On repeating the scan with proper circle centration, the RNFL values in all the quadrants are within normal limits. This is because the RNFL thickness decreases as it moves away from the optic disc, leading to erroneous thickness values if the circle placement is eccentric. During image acquisition, if the OCT device is placed too close to the eye, it can result in total inverted image as shown here. This scan gives normal RNFL thickness values in an eye with early glaucoma. On repeating the scan with appropriate distance, the data obtained gives accurate result which correlates with disc and visual field. Poor signal strength leads to faint image and hence the software is unable to accurately identify the RNFL borders and hence no data can be obtained. In this printout, a part of RNFL scan has moved out of acquisition window and the RNFL shows overall thinning, superior and inferior quadrant and superiotemporal and inferiotemporal sectors are outside normal limits. The scan was repeated by bringing the entire scan within the center of frame with subsequent RNFL measurement showing inferior quadrant and inferotemporal sector RNFL thinning, which correlates with disc and visual field. This is known as an out of register artifact, which resulted in erroneous measurement of RNFL thickness. Clinicians must look at the raw data to identify such artifacts if any discrepancy is noted in disc and RNFL values. If the patient blinks during acquisition of the scan, it can result in blink artifacts, resulting in blank areas in the en-face image and lost retinal data. Patient movement during image acquisition can result in motion artifact, which can easily be identified by vessel shift or discontinuity in the blood vessels. This OCT demonstrates hyperreflective and thickened RNFL with underlying shadowing effect. The thickened RNFL correlates with the disc findings and is due to myelinated nerve fiber in the corresponding sector. When a part of OCT beam is blocked by iris due to undilated pupil, it can result in loss of OCT signal in the corresponding area. Dry ocular surface can result in inability to acquire the data. Repeating the scan after installation of artificial tears can improve image quality and provide the required data. It is essential to know that there is no normative database for RNFL thickness in patients with age less than 18 years in Optovue OCT. This printout of a 40 years old patient doesn't have normative database and optic nerve head analysis values. This is because the scan was processed without the baseline image. After obtaining the baseline image, the reference normative database for comparison can be seen in the printout. One should exercise caution when interpreting the data in high myopes with extensive peripapillary atrophy, as the peripapillary circular scan will fall over the area of peripapillary atrophy, resulting in erroneous thinner RNFL thickness. Due to greater globe curvature in high myopes with long axial length, the peripheral part of the scanned retina can transverse zero time delay, resulting in partly inverted or mirror image, which is seen adjacent to the real image. To conclude, technician must confirm the quality and accuracy of the acquired data before the patient returns to the physician with the final printout. Recognition of artifacts and identifying its source of error is critical to interpret the data accurately, avoiding erroneous clinical interpretation.